Hello, I'm Danica, one of your programmers from the Saskatoon Public Library, and I'm really pleased to be part of Storytelling for... Hello, I'm Danica from the Saskatoon Public Library, actually from my living room. I'm really pleased to be part of the Storytime for Grown-Ups, and today I've brought some more Saskatchewan poetry to read for you. I love living in Saskatoon. I love being part of this territory, Treaty 6 territory, where people have gathered and listened and told stories for more than 10,000 years. It's a really special place, and there are so many people with incredible stories. And so I'm really honored to be able to share some words from some Saskatchewan poets. Now, I hope that anytime you get an opportunity at a library or bookstore or other community venue, that you will listen to the poets read their own words. And storytellers and novelists, there's a special thing that happens when you get to be in the room and you listen to someone read the words that they've written. So I am not going to do this the justice that they do, but I am so excited about all of the incredible artists that we have in this province, and I'm just going to share a few of their words today. So I'm going to start with Red Curls by Tracy Hammond and read a couple of poems from this. It's a collection of poems about an artist named Egon Schiele that captivated Tracy's imagination. So Tracy, if you know her, is an incredible person in our writing community with beautiful red curls. And so this is a couple of poems from Red Curls by Tracy Hammond. The Blue Rider. I look for traces of him on graffitied buildings, hallway photographs, in rain-soaked stones on the street, a coat by the river, the jacket on the lawn across from the house he'd wanted to buy. This denim couldn't be his, but I reach down and hold the lapel to my cheek, check if the coat is warm or worn. I believe in the extraordinary. His art took my hand somewhere by an abandoned mill beside the river's calm surface, a steadiness between water and brick. Standing at the window. Egon, I arrive at your door as one who watches, one who knocks, needing to be among the why of what you do, one who wants to be alone with the scent of your worry, your paint, and the stale breaded rise of your desire. Tonight I bang at your door, a woman crouched silent in her bathroom after I find your notebook open on aging thighs, cold cooperation papered in pre-dawn. I push my nose closer to the window, my only light, a young girl's plastic snowman at the end of a pen, orange luminous thoughts with each press of a word, until we are all young girls at your window, standing outside glassed walls, our faces pressed too hard to see. Sometimes in morning. Sunday, the Abbey's bells, vibration at the earth's heart, the even pulse that pauses, fingers on keys, on doors, holds, faces to palms in embrace. Music moans, forward yet leaves me behind. Time's grave note stalking, long minutes, like the eager attention you assign your own face, the constant scrape on your chin or your sister's red hair, brushed and brushed. This will all end, your illness already painting you into the small room of exposure. This tolling flies on metal wings, sometimes the smallest bell rings last, like the final hand held. And so that was published by Thistledown Press, a press right here in Saskatoon. Next, I'm going to be reading from Mary Lou Rowley's book, Interference with Hydrangea, and this is also published by Thistledown. Dreaming Machu Picchu. Radiant energy, the only form of energy that can exist in the absence of matter. It begins, as always, shoeless and miles of pale yellow desert, the gritty caress of warm sand, each billowing a cloud, a powdered clay and calcite, on and on, as the sun burnishes, skin copper, hair golden, artifacts gleaming, as the late afternoon shadow points out and back to mountains, a path under a canopy of jungle, up and up, heady expectation of bliss, the sanctuary of granite, its intricate geometry of interlocking rock, so precise, not even moss, a drop of sacrificial blood from llama grazing the mesa meadow can seep between the tight stones, no mortar to bind them, iron tools to shape them, no wheel or animals to carry them to this place she returns to again and again. For a glimpse of his dark eyes, sleepless with the weight of history on his wide shoulders, she dreams to hold, bathe him in her warm pool, bask in his radiant energy. Wren poem. Back to ground, face to sky, watching wrens, hunched wing to wing on the wire, a row of counters on a celestial abacus, tiny buds of birds budding in, budding up against, peeping above the din, voices not yet lost in the cacophony of city, floating up to wisps of cirrus, flimsy impressions of hand-tied hay bales, elongated mushroom clouds. Shortwave for my grandfather. The voices came from deep within the earth, resonant with exotic language. I watch you turn the phosphorescent dial until scratchy moans congealed into syllables hard as stones, crisp as prairie winters, soft and light as birds. Mingled with these voices, your voice, strong and warm. I would look up, see your words drift down like seed propellers, out of sync, a galaxy away, your head too small for that huge body, the distortion of distance, a child's perspective. Now your voice comes in gasps or soft grating sounds, and you are only half of yourself, cornered in points of reference gone. The knot twisting in your spine, a wayward whirl on an old elm tree, rooting in you, pulling you down. As you become smaller, your voice grows faint, gathers static, draws you into the earth, closer to our other worlds. And so that was from Interference with Hydrangea by Mary Lou Rowley, and that was also published by Thistledown Press. And next I have a few poems by Gerald Hill, The Man from Saskatchewan. And this was published by Cotto Books, and as we know, Cotto ceased to be just within the last few months. So Gerald Hill, or as many in the writing community call him, Jerry, from The Man from Saskatchewan. The future of the man from Saskatchewan, Ace of Diamonds. I will meet my own brother. He's shy. He's got dark hair like his mother. His older sisters dote on him. Two of hearts. I'll spin like a training wheel attached to a bicycle. Red. In my grandpa's garage, the neighbor kid burns down. Jack of spades. I'll be less trusting, more handsome, faster, slim, quicker with shortcuts. I won't notice as much. Six of clubs. I'll drive Highway 1 hauling tractor tires, get thirsty, pull over, thinking of you. Ace of diamonds. I will meet my own brother. He's like me. He wants you to hold us both. This won't surprise you. Grandpa wore green wool, jackets he could sleep on, working his Irish hands, 2 at a time, across southern Sask before the First World War. A made-up story, I think. There were so many. But the jacket is true. For a few months, early 70s, the jacket was cool to wear on the middle-class heights of South Regina. The kid who wears it finds it in a trunk labeled 1955, Golden Jubilee, at his grandpa's house in Moose Jaw. Rolled up in the jacket is a wheat pool map, the rural municipality's orange, the lake's blue, and number 13 highway through Assiniboia, thin and crooked, a series of Fords and Chevrolets driven to the farm, all forgotten until now. He forgets about memory. The kid does. Tonight, for sure. There's a party at Dawn's and long green bottles of gin. Tonight, someone pulls the green wool jacket over his eyes. It's cool on the prairie tonight. He was a red Chev on a highway westbound, red as rum, on red velour, rise and rums here to Carlisle. He was lonesome, all right, an innocent jigger in a portable bar on the Red Coat Trail to the Cypress Hills. He was a school teacher, all one word. The history is where they went, the proto-Mounties, what they'd do when they got their hands on the whiskey, trading menace at Cypress Hills. History, hisses, follow its snake tail, handle it. The school teacher, who imagines things, sees himself westbound, but later, in the 50s, the 1950s, too young for lonesome, but so far from love, the sun seems never to go down, just stir a deeper red. And wind poem for Thomas. Snow gets rushed from rooftops like it's not supposed to be there. What do deer do in wind? Lie low, I'd say. Let the snow blow by, come out to chew the corn stalks before or after daylight. Standing here, I'm pushed like someone's pinning me against the boards and digging out the puck at the same time. You'd know all this if you stood on an open road before a windmill pointing right at you, spinning its petals as if the whole world south and east. Up close it wobbles on its 3-legged frame, doesn't waste a second, points the way here. If you were here, you'd want to take our sticks and skates to the rink, shoot pucks in the darkness, pretend we're Sundane or Gilmore, deke and score on a wide-open goal. And you'd want to play a game, of course, as if a pitch-black blue line wasn't thrills enough. You're getting good, boy, fast and strong, like you've blown by defensemen for years already. I can barely catch you anymore. So today I read from Red Curls by Tracy Hammond, published by Thistledown Press. Interference with Hydrangea by Mary Lou Rowley, also published by Thistledown. And Gerald Hill's A Man from Saskatchewan, published by Cotto Books. Thanks for taking a little bit of time with me today.